Good morning, dear students. Today, again a new example in pteridophytes. That's Selaginella. So, Selaginella, the division Lycophyta, class Ligulopsida, order Selaginales, and family Selaginaceae, genus Selaginella, and come across so many species here. Selaginella is a pteridophyte. It includes in the order Selaginales. The order is represented by a single living genus Selaginella. So in the order Selaginelles, only Selaginella is a living example here. Selaginella is popularly known as a spike moss. It is worldwide in distribution. They usually grow in moist and shady places of tropical rainforest. So it commonly known as a spike moss, and it is distributed worldwide, and it usually grows in a moist and shady places. Some species of Selagi like a Selaginella rhopeostressus, Selaginella lepidophylla are the xerophytes, and Selaginella origina is a epiphyte growing on the trunk of a other trees. You already know xerophytic, epiphytic, right? So Selaginella consists of about 700 species, and most important are three species in India we find. And this is the structure of a Selaginella. Here you find the stem, rhizophore, roots, leaves, and at the apex of the stem, that's nothing but a bunch of leaves arrangement. That's a strobili, right? So most of these pieces of Selaginella are perennial herbs, and few of them are annulus. The xerophyte species dry up and curl like a balls during dry season and again expand during favorable season or on wetting with water. These plants are termed as a resuccession plants. That's nothing but it when it in a dry condition it will dry up and curl it when dry season. When it expands, when the water will fall upon the leaves or in a moist condition. Selaginella is a diploid sporophyte. The plant body consists of a stem, leaves, and roots. The stem is a herbaceous, branched, prostrate, or erect. It is covered over with the leaves. The leaves are microphyllous. Each leaf has an unbranched midrib. So here the leaves are microphyllous and it consists of unbranched midrib. The leaves are sessile. In 50 species of Selaginella, the leaves are the same size and are called as isophylous. They are included in this section homophyllum. So common type of leaves are sectioned under homophyllum, and another comes heterophyllum here. That's a here the leaves are spirally arranged in a homophyllum. The leaves in majority of these species are dimorphic. That's a leaves are of two kinds, small and large. That's why we call as a dimorphic. These leaves are called as anisophylous. They are included in the section heterophyllum, second type. Homophyllum is the first one and heterophyllum is the second type. In heterophyllous species, the leaves are arranged in pairs. Each pair consists of two leaves of a different size. That's why hetero. So here you find in a pair, and each pair consists of two different leaves. Each leaf bears at its base a tongue-shaped ligule here. In the base of the leaf you find a tongue-shaped ligule. So I will explain in another video, right? So the leaves are ligulate. The ligule has a prominent basal portion called the glossopodium. The glossopodium consists of elongated cells. It is surrounded by a sheath known as a glossopodial sheath. So the glossopodium is a prominent basal portion of the ligule here, and it consists of elongated cells. It is surrounded by a sheath known as a glossopodial sheath. The glossopodium is sunk in the ligular pit or a pocket. This is a fitted in a pocket-like structure. The ligule is a secretory structure which secretes water or a mucilage and keep the sporangium and the young leaf moist. Right. It gives also protection to the growing points. Right here the glossopodium is a the ligule is a secretory structure which secretes water or a mucilage and keeps the sporangium and a young leaf moist here. It also gives a protection to the growing points. The stem is erect or a prostrate. On the base of the general structure of a stem and arrangement of leaves upon it, the genus Selaginella is divided into subsections by a erinomus scientist. They are a homophyllum and a heterophyllum. I already told this. In homophyllum, the stem is erect and the leaves are like isophilous and spirally arranged here. So I already told this. That's nothing but a homophyllum type where the stem is erect and you find a isophilous type of leaves and they are spirally arranged, and it includes 50 species here. And the second one is a heterophyllum. The stem is creeping and dorsiventral. The leaves are of two kinds here and are arranged in 4 rows. That's a isophilous, nothing but a homophyllum. Here in heterophyllum, the stem is creeping and the leaves are of a heterophilous type. Nothing but two kinds and arranged in 4 rows. There are 2 rows of smaller leaves attached to the upper side of the stem and the 2 rows of larger leaves attached laterally. Right. In many species, the prostrate branch bears elongated cylindrical downwardly growing structures known as a rhizophores. You already know the rhizophore, right? That's nothing but a downward negative to geotrophism. Positive. The rhizophores are leafless and positively geotrophic. So those are positively geotrophic. At the terminal end of the rhizophore, a tuft of adventitious roots are present. So I already shown in a diagram there. First, there you find a hanging like structure in the downward. That's a positively geotrophic. That's rhizophore, and it is attached at the end of rhizophore. You find a adventitious roots. The rhizophores develop from the angle meristems, which are groups of meristematic cells present between the two branches of the stem. So in majority of the species, only one rhizophore arises from a single merist, but in Selaginella meristea, two rhizophores arise from such a stem. Right. In Selaginella selaginoids, rhizophores are absent. Their roots are adventitious and dichotomously branched. They have a root caps and root hairs here. So the roots are having root caps and root hairs, and they are dichotomously branched. They arise from a base of the stem. In heterophilous species, the roots also arise from the tip of the rhizophores. The apex of the branches bear reproductive structure called a strobili or a spike or cone. So we call it as a strobili or a spike or a cone. The strobilus consists of sporangia with spores. In the next sections, in a reproductive section, I will discuss it detail. The strobilus contains sporangia with spores here. Thank you.